coffee cakes, and special desserts, David's does it for you. In fact, David's going to make you your brownies or your crumb cakes. They haven't even made them yet. They don't make them until you order them. They send them fresh to you. We've got an amazing deal today. It's $10 off. You're getting a set. Can you call brownies a set? You're getting a grouping of 3 different flavors of brownies or 3 of the crumb cakes with the brownies. You're getting the chocolate chip brownie dessert tray. You get the Rocky Road brownie dessert tray I'm so used to saying and the peanut butter blondie dessert tray. No choosing, you get all of them. You're also getting your choice of 3 crumb cakes. You got the chocolate crumb cake. It comes with the raspberry crumb cake. Oh my goodness, real raspberries. And the original crumb cake, which I cannot live without. On 2 flex of $14.98. Look at this incredible configuration, and this is gonna be right at your door. 2 flex, $14.98. My friend Carrie Miletto is here to get the tasting started. Hi, Carrie.
We like to be together because we get to eat lots of stuff.
Yes, we do, and you can too. This is seriously the most incredible crumb cake, the most incredible brownies.
Thank you, yes,
Absolutely.
It really is, it really is. And the hardest part you're going to have is to choose whether to get the brownies or the crumb cakes. But you know what? You can always get both because these can actually go into the freezer up to 6 months. So you probably won't keep them that long. But if you can't make up your mind, just know that it's a choice of one or the other. Both can happen. So I'm gonna go through, actually I'm gonna start with the crumb cakes, and I'm gonna start with what you're getting there. Now it's gonna be 3 trays, and I'm gonna go straight up for one of my faves, which is the chocolate crumb cake. It's the triple chocolate, and the reason it's called that is because not only does it start with that beautiful, soft pound bottom, chocolate pound bottom, but you've got the crumb at the top, so it's got a cinnamon chocolate crumb top, and in the center is actually a layer of melted chocolate. So this is actually, when you bite into it, it's gonna have that soft, just absolutely delicious yumminess. So if you're a chocolate lover, that's 1 tray that you're gonna get, okay? And that's actually the chocolate crumb being created by hand. I think the most important thing that a lot of people sometimes don't realize about David's is we make everything by hand. There's that chocolate layer I was talking about. Is that crazy?
And that's a generous layer. Sometimes you're like, oh, it's a layer of chocolate. Where is it? Where is it? No.
Yeah.
You know, David's does not skimp.
Exactly. We are going to make sure. And, you know, we're, again, hand done. So you see how they're putting the crumbs on top by hand, and then everything's drizzled. I mean, it's just perfectly done. And as you were saying before, everything is going to be baked fresh upon your order. So we're going to get that done today, and then we're going to get it out to you. So it doesn't get any fresher. It's the bakery at your house. The second, look at this. I gotta do this very slowly. Look at this. The second crumb cake you're going to get is the raspberry crumb cake. And the reason I love raspberries, because not only are you getting that amazing crumb layer, you're getting, again, that very soft pound layer, but you can see in the center, that is a raspberry puree. That is not like a fake raspberry. We've actually taken raspberries, we've pureed them. You're actually gonna taste the little seeds in there sometimes. That's how amazingly fresh that is. And you're gonna get a whole tray of raspberry, and then we've got original. And original is just such a favorite. I know that you love it, and you know everybody does, because that is something we've done for years that we've done so perfectly. Again, look how soft that pound bottom is, and then you're gonna have that cinnamon streusel topping with that powdered sugar on top. Once again, hand done at David's. I think that's the part that I never get tired of saying, because you know, when we think about baked goods, when we think about treats like this, it's really important that it does feel that way, because it's like, you know, when we go to the gourmet bakery, we walk in and we're looking at all the beautiful treats, and it's something about it being hand done, and each one being slightly different that makes it special. And that's what you're gonna get with David's all the time. So that's the crumb cake. So
and
those are your 3.
Cake, I don't know if you could see when you were doing that. There's as much crumb as there is cake. And you know, when it comes to crumb cake, this is the favorite part. But even with David's though, this is absolutely delicious. It's like buttery and
super
soft
moist.
and delicious. As much, honestly, right there, more crumb than there is cake. It's like the perfect, for me, this is the perfect amount. I've talked to people here who say, I don't even like crumb cake. I love David's crumb cake. If you love David's anything, David's crumb cake, David's brownies, or this is your first time seeing it, give us a call. You get to be part of the show, 866-376-8255. If you can just imagine right now just biting into the most incredible chocolate explosion. that's the brownie. That's the chocolate crumb cake as
Yeah.
well. And
That's one of my faves,
everything tastes like you bought it at the gourmet bakery.
Absolutely.
It's baked right before it comes to your door.
And when, you know, no matter what you're looking at, whether it's the crumb cakes or the brownies, and I'm gonna go through the brownies now, I'm gonna tell you, just a little heating it up in a microwave, even for a few seconds, or if you want to put it like a toaster oven or an oven, just warming it slightly is going to really send it over the edge. It's really going to make it that baked freshness. You're going to smell it right away. You know, what I love about our brownies that are just unbeatable, I have never gotten a brownie to a consistency like we do at David's on my own. The reason, this is not a mix. This is not, we're not putting water in it. This is pure melted down chocolate every single time. And what I have here, and I actually stood over that chocolate vat, and that was probably one of the highlights in my life, like one of the top 10s of like being there and just going, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. Because I'm a chocolate lover. So you're gonna get a full tray of Rocky Road brownie. And what I love about our Rocky Road brownies, you're gonna get those walnuts in there, you're gonna get the chocolate chips, but it's gonna be sprinkled on top with that you know, drizzled chocolate. It is so absolutely delicious. You are going to love, love, love these. And then
those are beautiful too, with the drizzle on top.
I know.
Gorgeous to be able to serve. And it comes in a tray. They come in really nice big trays. So you can slice them into smaller brownies as well. It's gonna come like this. You're getting, oh my gosh, these ones
heavy.
are full,
I know.
Carrie.
Yes. It's heavy. Like when you lift it up, you go, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So
seriously,
what I love about the trays is you can use as little or as much as you want. Like I said, you can freeze these. So they're gonna come individually boxed. So if you wanna take one to work or you wanna maybe surprise someone, it's their birthday, or you're just going over someone's house for dinner, this is great to have around at this time of year because look, we're starting to come out of our houses now. We're starting to go visit people, right? The weather's gonna get better here. And when we have something like this, we can just go ahead and bring it with us. So when you're heading over to the dinner party or something, say, I got dessert, no problem, put out a tray. This is our chocolate chip chocolate chip blondie that's going to be absolutely delicious. So when you get into this, again, I love this part about it, that it's actually, look how soft. I can press into this.
That one's peanut
and
butter,
it's
right?
So yes, it's got peanut butter.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely unbelievably scrumptious. And then, of course, we had to put in the #1. That's our chocolate chip brownie. So when you go like this, you know it's David's when you can just go right across. And you see almost like that texture that it has there. It's nice and soft, nice and moist. These are never dry. These are never, you know, they got that nice little crispness on the outside, which is what you want, but you never want a dry brownie on the inside because otherwise it feels more like a cake. And that's not what we do here. So we make sure to give you that nice moistness on the inside, finishing it off perfectly. And again, all made upon your order. So when you order this today, we are gonna go ahead and make it and we're gonna ship it out right away. So if you don't eat these within about, I'd say 48 to like hours or so, a couple days, go ahead and pop them in the freezer because that's what's gonna keep them in the ultimate freshness for you.
Yeah, and they come in those trays like that. So you can cut them, you can slice them smaller, you can slice them bigger. They are fresh ingredients. They're real food. They're not made from a mix. They don't taste like, you know, I mean, when you get them, you think that it's like grandma's recipe, but better. I don't think grandma was able to make brownies like this, perfectly cooked, perfect every single time. It's your choice, although for this price, get one of each. This is gonna be the perfect try me to be able to get them all home. $14 to get them home. You get 3 crumb cake varieties for $29, 3 brownie varieties for $29. That's $10 a box. They're so, seriously, these are substantial. Perfect gift to give anybody, perfect to have on hand in case you have visitors and guests. I keep them in the freezer all the time. They don't last, to be honest, because we eat them all the time. I'll think, I'm gonna have these for guests, and then, the family eats them. But that way, you know you're giving them something wonderful. You don't have to tell people that you didn't make this crumb cake if you're serving it for, I think an Easter brunch, this is the perfect. Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm saying. So you don't have to think about it. You can just bring it. And, you know, people can, because it comes in the way that it comes, it looks like you made it. So you can just put it out, just go ahead and cut it up. You know, you can go ahead and put this on plates. I like to cut them into 4s. So I'll take a piece like this and actually cut it even smaller because it's enough. And put some, you know, look what we've done. I just want to point this out. So like over here, for example, we put some fresh raspberries on top. So take it off the tray, cut it into pieces, do something like we've done here, place some fresh raspberries, strawberries, whatever you want, and just doll it up a little, and then all of a sudden it looks like a really expensive bakery that you went to, and that people will be really impressed. I mean, everyone's always impressed with David's, because the reality is the quality. Once they bite into it, once they taste it, that is, you know, that's why when people get David's and they see the box, you know, that red box gives it away. So if you're thinking about this as a gift for someone, like maybe you just want to send and say, happy spring, you know, here we go. Here's some crumb cakes, you know, to enjoy. Again, look at that raspberry puree in there. That's what sets this one apart from our regular. Again, very nice and moist. You got that awesome crumb on the top, but I'm going to try to pull this apart, and it makes a mess sometimes when I do this. But again, I just want to show you.
Look at that moist.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that raspberry that's in there. So that's going to give you that tartness, maybe a little tartness in between the sweetness. So that's going to be your major difference between the regular crumb and the raspberry crumb. But I love that you have both of those to choose from.
To me, that makes it a full meal. Right there, that's your full breakfast, because you get your fruit.
There's your fruits.
You got your fruits, you got your milk, you got your wheat. You're good.
You're good. You're covered.
All the food groups covered.
Well, I just did Rocky Road Brownie, actually. We had done it, I think it was like a month or two ago, and that was the first time I'd tasted this from David's.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me tell you what, that quickly, because I always keep saying, I'm like, well, this is my favorite, now this one's my favorite. This is by far my favorite brownie. So since this is in this, you know, in this setup here, definitely try this, because you are going to just flip out, because you're going to get that amazing, again, that nice soft interior of the nice moist brownie. But what I love, if you're a nut lover, having those walnuts in there, having those chocolate chips, which give it that extra sweetness, and then that glaze on top, it's just perfect. It is so perfect.
I mean,
I like the crunch.
They're that black walnut, so they're rich.
Yes.
And then you're even getting peanut butter chips inside and chocolate chips inside, but it's the perfect mix. So it's not like your traditional Rocky Road ice cream. It's rich chocolate. It's got that chocolate swirl on top. There you can see everything made fresh for you. Your order doesn't exist yet. Your order hasn't been made yet until you call or order online. David's will make your brownies, and then they will ship them to you. Make them, ship them to you. They don't exist right now at David's. David's isn't holding them. They don't have a big shelf stacked with brownies. They make them fresh to order, and you know that when they arrive at your house, they're fresh. This is what you're getting for $29.
I mean, and I want you to understand, like, these are well over a pound each, almost 2 pounds. So when you're looking at crumb cakes, they're 30 ounces when you're each one. When you're looking at the brownies, they're 28 ounces each. And so, right? So you're looking at several pounds of goodies. Most places, even David's, when you go, can be between $20 and $24 a pound. So the fact that you're getting all of this, each one almost between, you know, 1.5 to 2 pounds each, that's a lot of baked goods for such a great price. And the reason we do that is because we want you to be able to try all of our treats. We want you to be able to find your faves, and we want you, this is why we put together choices. With the Blondie, excuse me, I want to point out something, and it sounds weird, but like, I'm holding it in my hand, and you can just smell the peanut butter. Because it's not only, there's not only peanut butter in the mix, but there's also peanut butter chips in there too, along with the chocolate chips. Unbelievable.
And the delicious chocolate